about now? Oh, Lord, it's a Monday. I've been sitting here talking to myself. AV check now. Good morning. Hey, Louis or Louis. I don't know how to say it. Thanks, Nugget. Thanks, Night Truck. Thanks, Shake and Bake. I think we're good now. Oh, your girl over here is having a blonde morning. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is a show where I go over indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. My goal is to get you ready for the trading day and the trading week. We have a big economic events happening this week. PPI, CPI, FOMC interest rate decision. Lots of stuff going on. Hey, testing. Hey, Mike. Hey, Dollar Tree Farmer. Just trust that I've said hello to all y'all twice. So I love you all. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm going to have to go a little faster now to get ready for the trading day. So I was looking at GS for you, success. And my comment was, it looks like a potential weekly bull flag. Super healthy, declining bear volume on this bull flag. Daily, we pulled back, lost support, no follow through. It looks really good. This is a healthy chart. Yay! Hi, Skyper. So, Dollar Tree Farmer, I was saying that SPY jumps around every morning at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. That's when the brokers open. So, you're going to get that volatility on whatever chart you look at. You're going to get that volatility. So, it's not necessarily a new spike. It can be sometimes, but 99.99% of the time when we jump around at 8 a.m. Eastern right here, that's when the brokers open. It's better with sound. Awesome. Good morning, Paula. Hey. Let's look at the economic events for today, for this week and today. That's not what I wanted to do. So right here, we have the New York Fed one-year consumer inflation expectations at 11 a.m., the 3-year note auction. But the most important thing we got going on is FOMC on Wednesday. So we are loaded up on Wednesday. CPI and the interest rate decision on Wednesday. Thursday, PPI and initial jobless claims. And then Friday, we have a Fed monetary policy report. Just lots of data this week. It's a big one. If you were to say, you know, I like to say with Apple, Amazon earnings week, I call that Super Bowl of earnings. Well, this is the Super Bowl of economic data. And this happens once every 6 weeks where we have the FOMC interest rate decision, and CPI and PPI don't always fall on that same week. So this is unique, and this is a big one, a real big one. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So big week. All right. Should we get this show started appropriately? Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori, that would be lovely. What I do here every morning is I show you this lovely handy dandy table, and it's a way for me to communicate to you in a more objective way, even though some of the data points are still arbitrary based on my personal trading experience and how I view certain tickers and how they correlate. It's still more objective way to communicate to you that I'm looking, i.e. more bullish today than bearish. And if it's not checked off, that means it's a push. It's a tie. The bears and bulls are battling where they are, and I don't say bearish or bullish. I just leave it neutral. Hey, Hector. How are you? All right. So let's get started with the indices. If we look at ES on the weekly, there is nothing bearish about setting new all-time highs. Last week, we set a new all-time high on Friday, right there, Friday, June 7th. And this could be a little daily bull flag. Now, on bull flags, you don't want to see elevated bear volume. It decreases the validity or probability that this is a daily bull flag because it was elevated bear volume. But I don't think it's game over for the bulls just yet. Plenty of room for a daily high or low. 4 hour is looking pretty heavy. We've lost the 12 EMA, and hourly we're in a downtrend. We've made enough room for a possible hourly high or low, but no guarantees just yet. It'll have a lot to do, in my opinion, with Apple. Apple has their World Developer Conference today, and that's why they are gapping up. 197.90 all-time high over here. I don't know why TradingView says 199.62. Always question TradingView. Verify it with your eyes. Don't just assume that this is 100% accurate, because TradingView has errors all the time. So 199.10 is our all-time high from December. That is the next resistance for Apple. So Apple is confirming the daily bull flag in pre-market. Now, if this World Developer Conference is a flop, then Apple could reverse, and then that could weigh on the market. So I'm really queuing in on Apple today. And by the way, anybody in chat that knows when the Tesla meeting is, where they're going to talk about Musk compensation package, what day that is, if you could put that in chat, that'd be great. The other thing I asked earlier that I was just talking to myself because I didn't press the right buttons is, did you get any value from last Thursday's lightning round? If you did, if you could put a 1 in chat, that would be great. That would let me know that you found value in it, and I will do it more often. All right, so Apple is pretty important to the market today, and I would say Tesla is pretty important to the market for the week. Tesla has a very tight pattern that I absolutely love. The 13th testing says, so that is Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, okay. Thank you, testing. Thank you, Donald. I appreciate that. Paul, you got value out of the lightning round. He put a 1 in chat. Thank you. Thank you, Benner. All right. So Apple is majorly in focus. If we're looking at NASDAQ, we have a potential daily bull flag. Again, elevated bear volume on Friday decreases the probability that this is a proper daily bull flag. However, a daily high or low is still the more likely scenario. RTY, we've lost another daily support. We had that look above and fail. So we're in a daily downtrend. And on the weekly, we have enough room for a weekly high or low compared to 1915. We do have enough room for a weekly high or low. 4 hour is oversold. Okay, let's zoom in right here, right now. Is my audio cutting in and out? Sir Fernando, I went back to my old reliable microphone today, my Yeti. All right, looks like lightning round. Y'all liked it. Awesome. So we are looking for a weekly high or low on the Russell, and 4 hour is oversold. This is typically the area where we begin scouting. We begin scouting that weekly high or low. So Russell is in focus today for a potential long. This is a potential hourly bear flag at the moment. We want to see some bulls step in and prove something first. Seems okay for you? Awesome. Awesome, Travis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I've been told that y'all like when I soapbox and do a little education versus just going over charts. So this has been screaming at me all weekend, so I'm going to put it right here. By the way, that setup I just gave you on Russell, that's a great setup. Looking for the weekly high or low, 4 hour oversold. Seems like lower quality. Yeah, Joe, I had to take off the headphones because it had a wire loose and it was crackling. So that was driving people more crazy than the quality. So I have a new headphones coming in and I'll get back to that higher quality. But for now, this is what you got, and I hope you love me anyway. Okay, thesis and trigger. You don't have a trade unless you have both. If you're losing on trading consistently, it's because you go in with no thesis and or you don't wait for a trigger. You have to have both to be a successful trader. Now, there's all these other things that we could talk about: position sizing, risk management, blah, blah, blah. These two things are the most important, in my opinion, for a trade to be viable, for the probability to be high. You need a thesis. So then here on this particular chart, let's go over what our thesis is. Thesis, looking for a weekly high or low. 4 hour is oversold. This is the area we begin scouting the weekly high or low. All right, that's the thesis. What's the trigger? Well, we got the 4-hour oversold now, and then we wait for a 15-minute trend change. Or you could wait for a, let's just say, a stair step on a lower time frame. Because if you see the thesis is, okay, Russell is looking for a weekly high or low, I'm going to go long right here, right now. Well, you didn't have a trigger. You have to have a trigger that puts you in the trade. And the best of the best of the best traders, they trade with both all the time. They don't go in and just start hacking, just hacking at a trade. I like it long, I'm going long. I like it short, I'm going short. No, they have the thesis and then they wait for their proper trigger. If you don't listen to me if you haven't listened to me the first 5.5 months of this year, fine. That's okay. I'm sure I sound like a dog whistle sometimes. However, if you're ever going to listen to me right now. With trading, you need a thesis and a trigger. If you're consistently losing, it's because you don't have one or both. You need a thesis and a trigger. A thesis where the probability is higher for a more likely scenario and it gives you an edge. And then when that edge is present via a trigger, it triggers you in. Super, super important. All right, that was the soapbox. All right. So on the Dow, we have a weekly EQ, and I just want to point your attention to XLI. It also has a weekly EQ. They're very closely connected. So back to Dow. I am personally in a Dow short via DIA puts. And my thesis is that we're looking for a daily lower high. And I love scouting a daily lower high when we run into the daily 50 MA and reject like we did. And look at that big pullback that we had. Now we're making room for a potential hourly high or low, and I may get stopped out of my DIA puts. But I've been watching this trend line. And did I trade just based on this trend line alone? Absolutely not. I've been pointing out that daily 50 MA overhead over and over and over again. And we lost our 15-minute uptrend. And that's when I bought the DIA puts. So I will be triggered out if we get over 392 on DIA. Okay, VIX is spiking today. Remember, well, of course, we were a little red overnight, just a little, but we also have hedging. VIX is a measurement of when people start hedging their positions, and there should be a lot of hedging. There should be, I'm not saying there is, but there should be a lot of hedging ahead of FOMC, CPI, and PPI, and that's what we see with this elevated VIX. So we have a 4-hour higher high on VIX, and we've made enough room for a 4-hour higher low on a pullback. That doesn't mean that the sky is falling because VIX is up 7%. Take it. It's a piece of data, but it is not all of the data. We have to take it in context. What's the context? We have a lot of econ data this week. Okay, there are over 200 of you and only 66 likes. Y'all got to help a girl out here. Hang Seng was red overnight. DAX was red overnight. Bitcoin is red. Bitcoin's going sideways. This is just not the optimum Bitcoin chart on the daily. On the weekly, it looks fine. And what I think happened, and no one asked me, but what I think happened is this dump was on when Kitty went live at noon Eastern. I think that some folks were expecting him to say something about Bitcoin, and because he didn't, it dumped. And just the timing was uncanny. If it wasn't related, it's still pretty crazy that it happened at the same time. And Bitcoin's been going sideways since then. On the daily, no major damage is done. We're still holding the 12 EMA, but it's red. The yellow candles are inside bars. All right, so on Ethereum, we have a potential daily bear flag. That doesn't look super healthy at all. 4-hour 12 EMA is overhead. All right, the dollar, I have 10 more minutes and I have to get through about 15 more charts. So I need to move a little faster. So the dollar's pulling back a little bit. The dollar has been screaming higher. Friday, it really just took a leg up. We are overbought on the 4-hour. And this could be a daily megaphone. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high. You see how these higher highs and lower lows are not getting follow through? This could be a broadening formation on the dollar, which means we could be in a topping pattern, and that's exactly what just happened. We rejected. So if you want to look at a 15-minute short, lower high on the dollar, that would make sense to me, with the thesis that this is a broadening formation and the trigger is the 15-minute lower high. All right. Gold is spiking on this dollar pullback. Gold got hammered on Friday because of that dollar strength. Let's see if gold can recover. On the weekly, we broke this support of 2308. However, I was going to say this could be a monthly bull flag, but those upper wicks are gross. So we're in a daily downtrend. Bulls have a lot of proving to do on gold to prove that this isn't a 4-hour bear flag. Oil. So on oil, we are at the daily 12 EMA, still looking for a daily lower high. We just got over Friday's high. I'm looking to short oil, even though it's green overnight. I am looking to short oil, looking for the daily lower high, but I don't have a trigger yet. No trigger, no trade. Nat gas is bullish. Nat gas still didn't get that weekly higher high. It needs to get over 3159 for that first weekly confirmed trend change in over a year, I believe. Since Jesus was a baby. Yeah, it's been over a year and a half. Needs to get over 315.9. Is having a very bullish morning right now. Apple is bullish. We have the World Developers Conference today. We're gapping up. Gap rules apply. All eyes are on Apple. If Apple has a sell the news event today and they sell off because they don't get the AI news, they being the market doesn't get the AI news it was anticipating, it could be a sell the news event. 199.10 is the all-time high from December on Apple. It will be in focus. Bulls are going to want to see Friday's high hold. And Friday's high was 196.94, 196.94. Yeah, I understand that oil has a bullish engulfing, but I'm looking at the most probable scenario. It's actually not engulfing. It has to engulf the entire range. The body does, and it hasn't done that yet. Yeah, it did not break through the low of Friday, so that's not an engulfing candle, and it's not a bullish reversal candle until it gets confirmed. So yeah, that's not an engulfing candle. And I'm looking at daily lower high, the more likely scenario, period. I'm not in the short yet. It's just something I'm looking at. All right. Apple, we went over. It's bullish. They have news today. They have the conference. So we'll see if it's a sell the news event or can they sustain and get over 199.10. Okay, Amazon is red. We're still holding Friday's low. The daily got a higher high, and now we're looking for a higher low on a pullback. Diamond reversal on the monthly. When I see TCG members ask questions, I'm going to go back to that. On the monthly, I guess it could be. Yeah, you can see it on the weekly better where we broke the neckline over here. So it's not a head and shoulders anymore, but it could be a diamond reversal pattern. Absolutely. Absolutely, Rob. Okay. I have 5 minutes. I need to get it together. So Amazon, I think you could look to top fish against Friday's high due to the size of this pullback. Nvidia had it split. TradingView is wrong. Over here, this is a mess because of the split. So just plot the high and low yourself. 121.69 was the high and 118.02 was the low of Friday. We're opening up right in the middle of that range. Let's see if it's a sell the news event or do people keep buying it up because it's cheaper now. ASML ASML, we're looking for a daily higher low, and hourly is approaching oversold and we're gapping down. If we push down pretty hard and get a 5-minute reversal, I think you could look for a long on ASML. AVPT, this is a Hunter. If you're here, Hunter, hi. He brought this name to my attention. It had this awesome weekly squeeze and pop. We're looking for a weekly higher low. Looking for the weekly higher low, and we have a squeeze on the hourly chart where we're going sideways. We don't want this gap down to hold, but if we were to pop back up above $8.99 before market open, this could be a long idea. PLTR is a long idea, looking for the daily higher low. Gapping down. Are we still gapping down? Yes. If we could just push down a little bit harder, get hourly oversold, I think the PLTR would be a great long idea. Shop. I didn't even type this one in my notes. What was I doing? Shop, we're looking for a weekly lower high and 4-hour. If 4-hour gets overbought, this could be a good area if we push up into $62, because it sure does have that rising wedge vibe. Higher high without follow through, higher high without follow through. Shop is a potential top fish. I love Tesla and this tightening pattern. On the daily, we're holding the 50 MA. I am favoring bulls on this, but of course Thursday will have a lot to do with how this resolves to the upside or downside with that meeting about Musk compensation. Uber is going to be a high risk top fish idea. We're looking for a weekly lower high. All right, looking for a weekly lower high, and 4-hour is overbought. Daily 50 MA overhead with a daily double top. I love this short idea against 69.75, and if we're over it, I'm wrong. If we get over 69.75, my idea is completely wrong. XBI, we are looking for a daily higher low. Right there, we're looking for a daily higher low compared to 86.98. Hourly, oh, we're no longer oversold or gapping down. I wanted this into gapping down, hourly oversold conditions, looking for the daily higher low. I still like that idea. Let's see if we can get a gap down. Well, we're gapping down by 2 pennies right now, but I want that hourly chart below 30. All right, that's all of my Queen of the Mountain ideas. I'm going to copy it and paste this. No, you didn't miss it, Duke the Fool. I can't go over all the chart requests. But you're here every day supporting me, so let me look quick. It rejected at the daily 50 MA. 1504 would be your daily support, looking for a daily higher low from that area. I'd look for bounces to short. Pretty big bearish candle on Friday. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to wrap it up and go start the live stream for TCG members. Thank you for being here. Y'all are some of my favorite people on the internet, if not my absolute favorite people on the internet. Y'all are. And TCGers, I'll see you in the room and I'll copy my notes over. Thank y'all so much and have a great day. Use stop losses.